morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming here today and sharing in this wonderful service for this Sunday morning. Couple quick housekeeping rules. Let's turn our cell phones to vibrate or silent unless you're medical or law enforcement personnel. Most of you look like your mic. Turn up my mic. This thing's giving me all kind of fits today. How's that?
Great.
Oh.
Yeah, Boomer.
So just restrooms are down the hall, quick right, quick left, cold drinks in the fridge, hot drinks on the table, donuts, and some homemade treats brought courtesy of one of our wonderful members that always makes homemade stuff for us. I'd like to have Ashkhen light the candles to start the service, symbolizing unity of body, mind, and spirit. Please stand for the invocation, remain standing for the first stanza. Take an attitude of prayer. Dear Father God, we give thanks for this moment in time, this attitude of unity, of purpose, this attitude of seeking spiritual connection with your undying and unlimited love, and this seeking of others of like mind. May we find this effort and this union today hopeful, helpful, loving. Amen.
Amen. And number 4 in the gold pages, in the garden. I come to the garden alone, while dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear calling on my ear, the Son of God discloses.
I know why you like it here, Steve. You got the airplane. This morning I'd like to call up Art. He's worked very hard and very diligently, and the Constitution of the Board of IAM states that we can provide certain things upon certain members. Article 6, Section 1 states that a healer or practitioner may be commissioned with a certification of healing and or healing practitioner to perform spiritual and divine healings and in and all of its modes and phases. We are pleased today to announce that our brother in light and love, Art, has successfully passed all regulations and all things that need to be bestowed upon him to receive his healing practitioner's papers. Do you accept these papers?
I do.
And you can show everybody. Do you promise faithfully to perform the duties of a healer practitioner to administer divine healing in accordance with the principles of the organization, with your considered and congratulations for this service to all of humanity? Do you so do?
I do, so help me.
Okay. By the authority and by our Constitution and by our bylaws, I've given you this certificate. Use it wisely and go in God's graces and God's love. Thank you.
Those kind of certifications are hard sought, hard worked for, and take a while to get. They're not something just handed out because they like you. So congratulations on it. I know you worked hard for it. The next portion is a thought for the day from the pastor, and this is where I put something into spiritual perspective that happened to me last week, something I'm trying to embrace through spiritual philosophy. There was I guess the first question I would ask you to ask yourself is, what do you expect from Spirit? I mean, we know we want to be communicated with Spirit, we know we want ourselves to be interacted with, but what do we expect the result of that to be? You have to have some sort of hope or expectation. And what I expect from Spirit is the strength to carry on through efforts that I've chosen to be engaged in, the guidance to find my way through that in a positive fashion, whether it's a helpful, hopeful, or a difficult situation, whichever one it is, and the wisdom to be able to disengage from it within the Spirit's plan, not my own through frustration or disappointment. I hope to be guided through the spiritual purpose of my life. And I hope to become a better person on this world while I'm doing it. And I can see progress for myself, which is hard to see on occasion with things that occur in my life. And something occurred last week where, and for those of you that are connected to Casadega, there was a rumor started, and I don't care to spread rumors, but I'm going to dispel it because of the people that may have heard it, that I was going to close this church down, move it to Casadega, and take over Casadega. First off, I love what we've got here, and I wouldn't close it down or trade it for anything anywhere else. I love what we do here. I love the people that come here. And everything we do here is done in love and hope and help with the guidance of Spirit. So that's the number one part. And the number two part is I was called up by the people that were attributed with starting that to apologize to me, to assure me that they hadn't started that. And I was very gracious and made light of it, which is what we're told to do and gossiped about. Do not defend yourself too ardently, because you give strength to it. If you talk to it about it too much, or you defend yourself too hard, then you can say, well, maybe there's something to this. But something like that so ludicrous that I don't need to defend it. There's no way under the sun that's going to happen. And the other thing about rumors, I remember when I was in the Catholic faith, they had this act called confession, where you go and you speak to a priest anonymously through a screen where they don't see you, and you confess transgressions you think you've made in the past week, and the priest then gives you so many Hail Marys, so many Our Fathers, or certain acts of contrition that you need to do to make it right. And this one person came to the priest and they said, you know, I've started spreading gossip about my neighbor and I'm so sorry for it. What can I do to fix it? And the priest said, you go up to the second story of your house and in a heavy wind dump out a pillow full of feathers, pillowcase full of feathers, and then go pick every one of those feathers up.
Oh, wow.
And the person said, well, there's no way I can do that. I would never be able to do that. And he said, nor can you undo all the damage from the gossip you have spread. So commit not to do it anymore. Realize that certain things are not able to be fixed. And just commit not to do it anymore. So that's just a little perspective about speaking about people, whether it's positive or negative, how fast those things are spread and how far they're spread. So I always try to speak positively about people and hope that that's spread rather than the other. There was a time in my life when I would have rose up and combated that very ardently. And I have gotten to a higher spiritual understanding to allow people to be who they're going to be. Let God work with people the way that God's going to work with them. And realize that that will work itself out. And just by the fact that the people that it was attributed to called me up, and I thanked them for their concern and consideration. Told them that there was no way that I would embrace that. You have to be kind to people when they call you up about those kind of things. Kind at all times. Try to be understanding when somebody brings something to you that's a little bit insulting or embarrassing to you. And just be as positive as you can about what goes on. And I was not always like that. I was a very different person many years ago, where I would be very upset about that kind of thing and seek compensation, seek some sort of reparation for that, and I don't care about that today. Because I know God's working with that person through whatever steps they're taking. However they're being, God is with them and working through their lives trying to make them a better person. And if God chooses to use me as part of that, then so be it. I have to play my part in a spiritual fashion and realize that I am part of that plan, even if it's a little uncomfortable to be part of that plan. So I just ask you to think about these things, and thank you for listening. Please stand for the next hymn.
In the gold pages, hymn number 6, Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya. Oh Lord,
Next portion is the healing portion. Ashkhen will be leading us in a guided meditation. And during this session, you will hear a chime like this. That means that the healing chairs come open so you can enjoy the guided meditation as well as the contact healing if you wish. I would like to ask Ann Malone and Judy Stetson to do the healing today. You don't want to do the healing, you're looking awful funny there. Put you to work when you come here. He's another certified healer of the IAM organization, and so does Judy. I'd like to start the service by reciting a prayer for spiritual healing in bold on the back of the hymnal. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. A couple people can start sitting on the chairs there or take a place in the back so that we can get some people over there. Unless everybody's in perfect health today, it would be nice.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Get ready for the meditation. Find a comfortable position to sit. Just sit relaxed. Feet on the floor. Palms up in your lap. Close your eyes if you wish. Take in a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. With your exhale, release and let go. If there is any discomfort in your physical body, if you have any aches or pain, with your breath, just see them disappearing as you let go. Let go of the thoughts that are on your mind. Let go of the chatter that is in your mind. With your exhale, just breathe it out. Feel all the thoughts flowing away with your breath. Follow your breath. Engage with the rhythm of your breath. Feel your breath as you inhale. Feel the energy that is spreading throughout your entire body. On your breath. And follow it. Feel your breath taking you deeper and deeper within yourself to a very peaceful and quiet presence within. That feels very calm, quiet, connect with this peaceful presence. And feel the peaceful sensations flowing along with your breath. Your body is totally relaxed and your mind quiet. Feel those peaceful sensations. Repeat to yourself quietly a few times. I am at peace within and without. With each inhale and exhale, feel this peaceful energy expanding and contracting. I am at peace within and without. Connect with this peaceful presence and be still. Just be still. When you breathe, shift your awareness slowly higher. Higher to your forehead and above your head. Become aware of your higher self. In the presence of brilliant golden light. In your higher self, merging with the presence of God, the mighty I Am presence within. As you connect with this omnipresence, in the silence and the quietness of your mind, you hear the voice of God, your Creator, the I Am presence, decree. Connect with your I Am presence and listen. I am. I am. I am infinite. I am pure and perfect. I am. I am. I am the light. I am the truth. I am the universal mind, the universal consciousness. I am the creative power, the driving source within every sentient being, within every physical body, mind, and spirit. I am. I am. I am capable of manifesting, materializing my thoughts, my intentions, my actions that serves the highest good of all. I am. I am. Just feel your I am presence within. I am the beginning. I am the ending. I am Alpha. I am Omega. I am content with who I am, for I am all that I am. I am whole. I am complete. I am. I am. Feel the presence of I am within your consciousness. It is the presence of God within each soul. Feel the presence of God. It is your birthright. Feel this presence empowering you, energizing you, guiding you to create your thoughts, to accomplish your desires, and to lead you with your actions. The presence of God is within you, alive. Surrender to the will of God, your mighty I am presence, the perfect state of your consciousness, the source of all knowing, divine knowledge and wisdom, courage and empowerment. Surrender to the will of God and trust that all your needs are met. All your needs are in divine order and divine timing. Just have faith. Ask God to be in charge of your actions, of your thoughts. With God, all things are possible. Surrender to the will of God. Let thy will be done, God, in the highest most. Let thy will be done, as above, so below. Let thy will be done, now and always. So it is. Feel yourself surrounded with brilliant, brilliant golden light. Let the vibrations of your I am presence and the guidance integrate deep into your consciousness as you come down slowly to your physical body, integrated in this physical and material realities. And with the knowing that all is fine, all is in divine order. Just breathe in and breathe out. Feel yourself surrounded with this brilliant, bright golden light. Penetrating golden rays, golden vibrations. Stand tall in your divinity and let your light shine. Let your light create shift in the consciousness of humanity, of your surroundings, of your friends and family members. Stand tall and let your light shine, high and bright. Wherever you are, whatever you do, just be the light that you are. Be the love that you are. Feel your breath. Slowly bringing you back. Become aware of your physical body. Engage with your physical senses. Come back to the here and now. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Embrace your wholeness. And so it is.
And this portion with an inspirational reading. This comes from the 10 Laws of Right by Emma Hardage Britton. The fourth law of right says, express truth in every word, thought, and deed, remembering always to keep harsh or hurtful truths to yourself when they will carelessly hurt the feelings of another. Special thanks to Ashkhen for her guided meditation and the healers for their time and their energy and love. Please stand for the next hymn.
In the gold pages, hymn number 11, Peace Like a River. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean, I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got joy like a fountain, I got joy like a fountain, I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain, I got joy like a fountain, I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river, I got peace like a river in my soul.
Give Lori and ourselves a fine round of applause for that. Got the amen corner over here going.
We're spreading. We're spreading slowly over there. Better be careful over there.
Straight to the other side.
Either that or an echo.
The next portion is the inspirational lecture, and today we have Art Morris returning. He has always been a worker of spirit, always been honest and straight about what he does. Just got to be a certified healer, which was an acknowledgement of who he's been for quite a while already. He always brings forth an interesting perspective, so enough of me and a little bit of Art. Welcome, Art.
Okay, here we are. This thing doesn't seem to be working, so I'm just going to talk about it. I mean, it's not like I got to go too far. Oh, there we go. Hey, green light, which is always a good thing to have. Now, I'm going to be talking today the natural law of love. I've talked about this before, different places. Sometimes it went over well, sometimes it didn't. So I've changed it, so I don't upset anybody. One of the things I've noticed out here last week when I was here is there are different sayings you have here. Love, inspired form of giving. Love breathes life into the heart and brings grace to the soul. If you all just pass these things every day and you don't read it, it doesn't mean a lot. But when you really read it and understand what it means, it puts a whole lot of perspective into your life as an individual, as a spiritualist. And one of the things that I feel is the most important thing is to put love in your heart. There are many kinds of love. We all experience them from time to time. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes you just don't know. You have the universal love, and that's when you're helping, you're teaching, you're nurturing, you're protecting, and you have service to others. These are people like Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Buddha, and many of the spiritualists that have come before us, that have given lectures, talks, and given their light out to everybody. Then you have that romantic love. That's a fantasy. It's an illusion, an emotional drama that you put on yourself. There's all kinds of different Hollywood things like rom-coms, you know. Then you also have, those type of movies where the guy always gets the girl, and everybody lives happily ever after. Well, it doesn't always happen in real life. So what you have to understand is, understand that it's not going to happen in real life. It may, and it may not. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times. My mother, it took her 5. So, it's one of those kind of things, that happens in life. You go and you just go with it. And of course, those were different times back in those days. And so now there's people that, like Elizabeth Taylor was like on 8. One she did twice. I had relatives that did that. They married one person, then got divorced, married somebody else, got divorced, and married the same one that they had married the first time. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't always have to understand. I just have to shake my head and say, okay. So anyway, then we have the conscious love. This is the one that I feel is important. It's wanting the highest potential to be reached by another person. And you're helping them to get to that. That is the best kind of love. That is the conscious love that everyone should have. To help your fellow man, whether it be a relative or anybody, or even just somebody on the street. Help them along their journey. This is what conscious love. The universal and conscious love, to me, go hand in hand. They're similar, and both are what you want as an individual, and this helps you progress on your journey. Love is also often disguised as possessiveness. We've all had those type of occurrences where somebody stalks you. They're always blowing up your phone because you haven't called them back in 5 seconds. So they call you 27 times. Don't understand that either. Okay, now this also causes psychological damage to both people. The person that has the possessiveness and the person that doesn't want that possessiveness. So this has conflict. So we need to eliminate the conflict. Now possessiveness is either fear, anxiety, or egotism, or a combination of all of that. Now, I was in the tag and tax office down at City Hall here just a couple weeks ago because I bought a mobile home. You got to have 2 titles if it's a double wide. Don't understand that. But anyway, it's the same place, but you got to have 2 titles. Okay. So I'm in there, and I'm sitting here in front of the lady, very nice, and everything's cordial, everything's going along, and this delivery man brings in these flowers for this lady that I'm talking to. And she's all very happy. She's got flowers, from her husband. This is a wonderful thing. This is an unconditional emotion, something that she shows, or the husband was showing to his wife. I'll send her some flowers to let her know I love her. Well, that wasn't the case. What happens is the lady next door in the next booth, well, he must have done something wrong. He wouldn't be sending flowers if he hadn't done something wrong. And I was like, that's got a negative side on this something. It was really positive in the beginning. But now this lady's conflicted. He says, does he really love me, or does he really want something? Or did he do something bad? And then she says, well, he probably wants to buy something, and this is him buttering me up. So is that the little message that was sent there? I don't know, I didn't stay for it. But I was just like, okay, here's a conflict that could have been really good, and I was throwing some good energy in there. Oh, that's wonderful, he must love you very much, and everything is, oh, he did something bad, he did something bad. So we have this conflict all the time, so choose your battles, okay? All right, when we get love, we receive love. We cannot grasp anything more than love until we give out more love. Love is the ability to comprehend all. The word love is a very powerful word. It's awesome, it's strong, it's enduring, it shows passion and emotion. And the word love is often commercialized too many times in social media, on television, such as, I'm loving it. I love my Toyota. And the latest one I saw is, love my lax. I was like, really? This is where we're going with this? Okay. Now, if you go back to, well, you gotta let things go, that's probably a good positive statement. But I was like, I don't really feel that's the right term, we have to go there. But, you know, advertising executives and Hollywood and people like this, they work on your ego and they work on your emotions and things like this to get you to buy things. Okay, now you might really like driving your Toyota, but do you really love it? You might like eating at McDonald's, but do you really love it? So I'm saying, use the term where it's supposed to be. Don't use it as a willy-nilly kind of thing and saying, oh, I love that movie, or I love this and I love that. Because then when you keep putting it out there, it loses its true meaning. And what I'm trying to say is that you really need to be positive when you're using this word. Okay? Just think about those things as you're going through your everyday things, you know, what love really means to you. You know, you love your pets, you love your family, you love your friends, you love yourself. That's very important. You gotta love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And love nature and all that God has given you. The trees, the flowers, the beautiful sky, all those wonderful things are things that you could share that love with. But you're laxative? Probably not. All right, when one loves, and I mean loves everything all the time, judgment and criticism fall away, and all you see is love. You have to live 24/7 in love. Something else I got to mention here, because you have opposites to everything. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because that's something that I don't want in my life. And that's another powerful word, and that's hate. Very powerful. It's like a disease in your body, a poison to your soul. You can never progress in life here or hereafter if you have hate in your heart. Remove the hate from your world and the turmoil it brings you. Remove it from your vocabulary, because love is the antidote to hate. You are love. The universe is love. Everything and everyone was created in love, with love, and by love. And living in such true, universal, conscious love is the best experience one can have. Love and wisdom. This comes from your spiritualist manual, if you ever. Very thoughtful. Romantic love is the one that sometimes gets the better of you. You can have heartache, sadness, grief. There's a country song out there that says, how can I be old and wise if I've never been young and crazy? So is there a balance there? I think there is. You can be young and crazy, enjoy life, have those little experiences, those little puppy loves, those little relationships that you might have that say, this is fun, I'll enjoy this. But when you get old and wise, it's love. And wisdom is the thing that helps you balance and helps you gain the best love. Because you know what's coming. You know what it is. Together, love and wisdom give you strength to character, gives you guidance and direction to your journey, and a journey with your partner as you go together. The heart of the foolish breeds confusion. So that's a young and crazy. You're confused. You're crazy. But you learn. And wisdom helps you get there. Wisdom is the bridge that spans the wild stream of ignorance and carries us safely over the stormy waters of passion. Is that true? Very true. You can have passion, you can have it, but you need the guidance that helps you through it. Now here's another country song from the Judds. I listen to a lot of country. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mind. Now that is a very true statement. That is one of the things that I feel, that bridge that we have between us and love can build a bridge. that can span the test of time, the years of endurance of each other as you love. Now, mediumship is also a bridge between the dimensions, and it's generated by true love, universal love. True love and the effects that love has upon your life and everyone around you will prove that love rules the universe and it rules your spirit. In the spirit world, everyone radiates love for each other and every one of God's creations. Strong and empowering, conscious and universal. The strong love of the universe is able to transcend from dimension to dimension, to direct, to help, to nurture our souls through their journey in life. Now, in the past, we've all had experiences. We've all had greetings from the other side. Maybe you haven't. Hopefully you'll get one soon. But I've had a lot. Probably a little bit more than I'd expect on a normal basis. However, I feel good. Every little touching that I ever get, every little blessing, every little thing that happens to me, I'm always grateful for it. And I know love is behind it. Because love transcends dimensions. Years ago, I had lost a loved one. It was in a couple months. I was grieving really hard. Like, oh, woe is me, you know, that type thing, and I was laying in bed, just sitting there, laying down, face down, thinking like, this is it, I can't go on anymore. I've had my time. So, I'm sitting there. I feel somebody sit down on the bed next to me. I'm the only one here. So, I feel this impression sit down on the bed next to me. I feel a cold hand come on my shoulder, and then warmth. The excessive amount of love. Because I had talked to this person before they had passed many times, going through George Anderson's We Don't Die, going through Edgar Casey, going through all those, because it was right down the road from me, so it was convenient. Not that had convenience was anything to do with it, but it helped me to stay in touch with that. So after having a few of these sessions and things like this, I knew, but I wasn't sure. Is there another side that they can come back? Come back and tell me it's okay. Well, this person came back and told me it's okay. So that was my first time believing in love is strong, and love will get you there. Now another time, once again, this is not too long ago, I was laying in my bedroom in the house that I just moved out of, sitting there, getting ready to go to sleep, laying on my side, and I felt a touch on my hip. And I was like, okay, that wasn't a muscle spasm. I'm like, okay, somebody just touched me, and I know I'm the only one here. So once again, I said, Spirit, if you're here in the room with me, touch me again, please. Once again, touched on the hip. I was like, oh, great. I got some communication going here. I am ecstatic by this time. I'm like, something's happening. I'm so blessed. I said, but Spirit, I don't mean to question you, but you touched me twice in the same spot. Could you touch me somewhere else this time? Sure enough, right on the side of my face, I felt a touch. I was like, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for your energies. Thank you for that love that you sent to me. And that was probably my mother, because I was thinking about her, going through her things, I still have a bunch of her things, that I use every day. And I'm always grateful every time I pick them up, I think of her. I was like, okay, this is it. So it was her that time to come tell me, I'm still here. I'm just checking up on you. So that made me feel really good. Now, something that is another instance. It's a little bit comical, but it's, again, a little bit serious. And I tried to get the word for it because I know there's a word out there for it. So I'm just going to call it spooning spirits. Okay? Visualization, do whatever you want. But when they get into bed with you, and you're asleep, And I've had this happen to me a few times, and I was paralyzed, scared to death. Oh my God, you're paralyzed, you can't move. So this happened to me a couple times. But the last time I said, no fear. Put love, love, love. No fear, no fear, no fear. I finally could move. I could turn around, I could see what was happening, and visualize what I thought was happening. And I was just like, okay, this is true. This is true. I know it to be a fact. You know, not asleep, not in that subconscious, not in some trance, but this was happening. So that is love that transcends time and space and dimensions. So it's out there, and I think that we need to be aware of it, bring it into our hearts, bring it into our souls, and share it with everybody else. All right. Today, tomorrow, and every day, I ask you to love. Just be love. Know love. Give love to everything and everyone. True love is impersonal. Love has no fear, no danger. Loving forces protect us, even from the other side. Time and distance doesn't separate us from the ones we love. Love overcomes all barriers. To love and be loved is life's greatest gift to us. Love one another and love spirit. And I say love spirit because I mean love. Energy is love. Spirit energy is love. Now, one of the things I've mentioned is love spirit. I feel that this is something that's important in our lives. And we, as points of light, need to share that with other people. I have purchased a bunch of bumper stickers. Social media, however you want to look at it, it's my way of getting a message out there. So each one of you will be getting the bumper stickers. I'm going to give them to Reverend Atkins, so they'll be here next week. They were supposed to have been here Friday, but love wasn't working for me with the UPS man. So they didn't show up. So hopefully we'll get them soon. So you will get those, and it says love, spirit on it, with a nice symbol in between with all our chakra colors and things so that you can look at that. And it's also a message that I want everyone to put out there. Because people will get behind you at Stop and Go light and like, love spirit, I wonder what that means. And then they'll think about it. And as long as they're thinking about it, they can bring some light into it. So this is my way of sharing the light with people, even though it's on a bumper sticker. But you know, weirder things have happened in life, so you'll all get those and share them as you will. You can put them wherever you want. Put them on your refrigerator. But love spirit, love yourself, and love each other. Thank you.